Hi, we're back with the second short tutorial on the Pro Gear Ratio Analyzer tool. Today we'll be exploring the tire and gear analysis tool in detail. One of the most common questions our customers ask is after changing tire size, typically say going to a taller tire, why is my vehicle sluggish on acceleration and shifting poorly? Would a change in gear ratio restore throttle response and cruise RPM? Plus, would it get the transmission shifting like it used to? If so, what ratio? The Tire and Gear Analysis tool answers those questions perfectly. Let's take an example, 2018 Silverado 1500, and it came factory with a 255 70R17 tire. How tall is that tire? It's easy to figure out. Just jump down to the tire calculator and plug in those numbers. 255, 70, and 17. So we take that 31-inch tall tire and plug that in. And we have to say we're going to run down the highway at a speed, call it 70 miles an hour. We have the stock transmission. It's a 6L80E, and we're in 6th gear or high gear. The 9.5-inch ring and pinion from GM came with a 3:42 ratio. So now we know we have our baseline. We can throw that 36-inch tall tire into the mix and see what it does to engine RPM and find the closest gear ratio to restore our baseline performance. Scrolling down at the top of the Tire and Gear Analysis tool window, we see our current analysis. Stock or current tire size and gear ratio in high gear at 70 gives us 1739 engine RPM. Below that, we see the new vehicle configuration field, and we can put in our 36-inch tire. We use the new tire diameter field, pop in 36, and to the right we see the analyzer has calculated the ideal gear ratio to restore RPM, which is a 397 to 1. Of course, if that exact ratio were available, the RPM at 70 miles per hour would be exactly the same as before with the original tire. Now, looking at the tiles of available gear ratios for our GM 9.5-inch differential, we don't have that exact option. Odds are most of the time you won't have an exact match available, but hopefully something close. What we do see is the analyzer has chosen the closest available ratio, highlighted in blue, that will get us the best possible match. In this case, the 411 gear ratio is the number. Down below, what you'll see is the actual RPM with the new ratio is 1799. Further down, we see the difference between the RPM with the new ratio and the original RPM with the stock tire and gear. Note there's a plus or minus sign that will show depending on if the RPM is above or below the original. Here we're just 61 RPM more than stock at 70 miles per hour, but with the new tire and gear installed. What if you kept the old ratio, or say you went a step deeper than recommended? You can quickly find out. Just select the alternate tiles for different ratios above, and for example, the original 342 ratio with the new tire drops 241 RPM to 1497 at cruise, likely making the transmission prone to downshift with light throttle instead of accelerating the vehicle. The higher 430 ratio, if you went that way, gives a 144 RPM increase over stock, which may be more livable, but with an 1882 RPM cruise, likely you'd see a little reduced fuel economy. In summary, there are a few things to consider here. First, in high gear, especially with overdrive ratios, the differential RPM between the stock gear and a new recommended gear may not appear to be huge, but any difference of 200 RPM or more in overdrive can be felt in throttle response and available torque under load. And it can mess with the factory optimized engine tune and transmission shift timing. More importantly, in the lower gears, the RPM difference between ratios is magnified. Going back up to the top to the current configuration screen, try dropping the speed to 25 miles per hour and change to first gear. Now the original 342 gear shows a 519 RPM drop, where the recommended gear's 130 RPM over the original. This can really impact throttle response under load and shift timing. Bottom line, the Gears Unlimited Pro Gear and Transmission Analysis Tool delivers the info you need to make smart choices and the tools to explore your options before spending your hard-earned money. Thanks for watching. We hope this helps. If you have any questions about the analysis tool or what you need to move forward with your project, give us a call, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, or drop us a note anytime using the Contact Us form on our website at www.gearsunlimited.net. We have plans for a few more helpful tutorials in the future, so until next time, take care and bye for now.